Okay, I'm going to see if I can just real quick here show you how to repair the inside of your microwave kiln. I'm out in the workshop, so things aren't very neat here. I have a second setup out here, and I come out here and do some of my messier glass things, or work when it's warm out because it's too hot upstairs in the house. Here I have this is a bottle of sodium silicate, and I don't know if you can read this or not. My lighting isn't the best in here. I just have daylight going on. It's sodium silicate. It's a adhesive for foundry supply. You can find it in hardware stores. Actually, drugstores used to carry it. I don't know if they still do or not. But I got this from Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. It's been a while. It's very inexpensive, and you get like a lifetime supply here. The other ingredient is silicon carbide. This comes in different grades. I don't even know what grade mine is. This one here, I have literally had it since I was a kid, and that was a very, very long time ago. It came with a rock polishing kit. This is says step 2, so it's medium. I can't really show you. It's fine. It's kind of powdery. You can use this, and I have used it, but I don't like it as well as a little bit coarser. And this one I had in a paper bag, and the grit number isn't on that either. So I don't know what the grit number is, but this is a little bit more sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkles hit or not, but you can actually see it sparkle. So it's a little bit coarser. It's a medium grit. But anyway, the grit isn't crucial, as long as it's not too coarse. I mean, if it's really coarse, you won't be able to use it. But if it's fine enough where you can mix it up and spread it, it's good. And this grit here, this medium, it seems to be about the same as what's originally in the kilns. So anyways, I'm going to put a little bit of that in a mixing container with a brush and wet it with the sodium silicate. Now this is kind of hard to get it just right, because you think it's not enough liquid, but then you get it mixed up and it's too soupy. You think it's too soupy and you go to use it and it's a little too thick. The consistency, to make it easy to handle, should be around about what would be in a bottle of your craft paint. It's thinner than a cake batter. It's just, you know, painty. And that's all there is to it. From that, you're going to, I just recently did this one, so it doesn't really need it, but just a few spots there that I missed. I'm getting shadows here. I don't know if this is picking this up at all, but there are a couple little thin spots here, and I'm just going to dab it on. If you have some really big chunks out where you chipped out because of the glass getting stuck or something, you might want to do it twice. Put a couple coats on. And you don't need to worry about it being too smooth, because you can do a test firing with it first, and if any pieces fall out and they don't get in the glass, fire it a couple times empty, get any loose stuff off. So I'll put the coating on like that and let it dry. Put it under a warm lamp or someplace to dry for a little while, and then you can fire it on low to finish drying it. Where am I here? I have a big kiln here. This has been repaired a couple times because I've used it for experiments that didn't always work out quite right. I'm getting a little too thick here, so a couple more drops of the sodium silicate. Get it soupy again. And grab it back in on the thin spots. Now you can see there's a little bit shaking around in here that's loose. So before I use it again, I'll brush off any loose stuff and do a test firing or two and see if any falls off before I do a good firing with it. The silicon carbide, you can buy that in Amazon or many hardware stores, especially the bigger hardware stores. You could buy it from a rock and gem shop as grit for the rock polisher. It's relatively cheap. You're going to get usually way more than you need for anything, and it's going to cost maybe a few dollars. And I don't remember what the sodium silicate cost, but even generously, I say $10 or $12, and then maybe another $5 for the grit. And you're going to have a lifetime supply. It's a lot cheaper than buying a new kiln. A lot cheaper. And when your kilns start to get old, or they start to crack really bad, or if your glass blows up and you melt it all over the sides and you have to chip some out, it's just, a really quick job to fix it yourself. Another thing you can do with the sodium silicate is, I don't know if you can see the big cracks here, but you can repair those if you, you don't really need to. Cracks don't really bother, especially if they crack all the way through and through the liner. If you fix the liner, you don't need to worry about the outside cracks. But you can take like a fire brick or something, like fire brick like this, or you can even take the bottom of your kiln and scrape, make a little tiny bit of powder, scrape it, mix it up with the, this is also called water glass, by the way. If you're doing a search for it, you can also search for water glass. But you can mix a little bit of kiln powder or little fire brick, grate it off with it, and just rub it down into these cracks, and that'll bond those as well. Alright, I hope this was helpful for you in some way, and see you next time. Bye. After I find my off button. Okay, bye for real this time.